last time I'm telling you, you always gonna stay by your side. You know I'm ready to ride. Sipping with that smoke on the side. Say what they want, what they like. Shut the video. You know it's y'all know what time it is. It's time. It's time for the show. It's time for us to come in. And get the problem and what I want to tell you. Y'all know we doing no we doing no bullshit like that. Yeah, it's gonna be blocked. Period. So just be on the outside, come on in. Because I've been really enjoying doing these stories. With these stories on real life. Y'all know on Sundays. Bullshit. We have a good time. We talk bullshit. Shows that appear during the daytime. Y'all know these shows in the heart, and these shows that people relate to. And these shows that a lot of people can relate to them. Like a lot of people, I never knew that so many people were in foster care. I have so many DMs from people that were in foster care that has been raped or molested, and they just want to tell their story. And I'm gonna get to all of y'all. But that's what this space is for. It's a safe space for us to be able to come and speak our truth, and we're gonna speak it, and we're gonna receive love. And if anybody got any bullshit going on, your ass is gonna be blocked on off here. And it's weird, because I already told y'all. As usual, you can always come on here and as long as you don't get blocked, because if you do get blocked, your ass gonna be window shopping. You go back to 6D and all that shit, you go back to say shit on comment. So don't get blocked, so you can continue to participate in shit. Because I block you in a minute. So who are here? What's up, Crystal? Girl, we got Crystal Pittman out here. She was the girl for the other day. She said, "Love you, I'm here for you." Here, come on in, Jada. Come on in, Tim. Y'all come on in. Make sure y'all share the video. So, like I said, we have Miss Sheena Jackson. She's gonna come on here and tell us her story. I like for people to come tell their own story, because can't nobody tell your story like you tell it. She has a very compelling story. It's one that starts off really sad, but it's a very beautiful ending. That's why it's called Fostering Success, because she gets success. So, she's a little radio down girl, and I want you to introduce yourself to the people, and then I guess you can start off by, kind of talking about where you grew up at and how you ended up in foster care.
Okay. Well, first things first, hi you guys. I am Sheena Johnson. So let's get started now. First off, I can't remember. My mind is blank on when I was all the way up until maybe 5 or 6. So I'll just tell you what I know that I was told first on how we got into foster care. Then I'll keep going. So first things first is it's 10 of us, 10 siblings. It's 5 boys, 5 girls. I'm number 8. So I was 3 when we were taken away from our birth mom. And when we were taken, we were placed with the first lady I know. I was placed with her with 4 other siblings. One, which is Tiffany, she was gone. She was never placed with us. But it was 4 of us at the time. I still knew I had another sister. She just didn't live with us. I didn't know why. So we lived in that house for all the way up until I was about maybe 9. And we were told that we had to leave. And so my sister then, my foster mom's daughter at the time, I'm like thinking, what's going on? She's crying. Oh, y'all coming back? Like, don't worry, y'all gonna come back. Everything's gonna be okay. And me and my little sister, like, why are they crying for? Like, why we have to go to this lady's house? Like, they didn't never told us you getting taken away. They just saying you going away for a little bit. So my oldest sister, which was supposed to be emancipated soon, she decided to still come with us because she was scared. She didn't know if anything was going to happen to us in the system. So mind you, this whole time she knew we was foster kids, but they never told us this. So we go into the.
So the whole time you think that the lady that you're staying with is your mother?
Yes, was my real mother. So me and my baby sister as well, she don't know anything. We're devastated. We don't know what's happening. So we go to the first home with our oldest sister. We stayed there for a little bit, and I remember she said she had to go. She was emancipated. She had to leave. So we were scared now because I'm like, okay, we don't have our older sister. Like, we really don't know what to do. We don't know these people. We stayed, to ourselves. We're young. And then my little sister used to cry in the room every night, wanting her mom. And we get to talk, like have talking to our foster mom, the one that we know is our mom. We get to talk to her on the phone the whole time, and she just tells us, y'all coming back to us. Well, y'all coming back to me. Don't worry. Mama gonna get you back. Everything gonna be fine. Y'all just gotta stay put for a little bit, and I'm working on getting y'all back. So I was very hopeful, and I used to be like, okay, I love you, mommy. I'm staying in there. It's cool. I'm gonna take care of her. So finally, out of nowhere, we ended up getting taken away from that lady. So we got taken away from her, and then immediately they put us in a foster home with a Hispanic lady. It was a Hispanic lady and her husband and her two girls, and she was pregnant with a boy, and her name was Patty. So we, like I said, we didn't know why we had to get taken away from that lady, but they took us. So now we with the Hispanics. She didn't know English as well, um, and she was really mean, and she was partially racist. So this is how we realized we was foster kids, okay? Because right when we was moving, they told us when we moved from the first lady, they ended up letting us know, like, okay, look, her name is Fanny, my mom that I knew. They said, Fanny is not your mom. She's not your real mother. And we were like, huh? Like, when somebody tell you something like that, it's like it almost changed you as a whole person because you're like, then where did I come from?
Right, right.
Like, are you my real sister then? Or you like, you just start thinking all this stuff because you're like, then who is she? Or like, who is my real mama then? What she look like? Where is she at? Like, we don't know where this lady is. So now this is how we really started getting treated like foster kids. So the Hispanic lady was, like I said, she was pretty mean. We were not allowed to watch TV. No TVs in our room. There was a TV in the living room, but we only allowed to watch TV like special occasions, maybe like a holiday. And when we did watch TV, it was the same thing. It was just called Veggie Tales. If you guys go look that up, it was like kind of like a Christian cartoon. That's all we got to watch. We did go to church all the time. It was a Hispanic church, full Hispanic church. There was no English going on, so all the music, everything was Spanish. It was just me and my little sister, two little black girls. So in the midst of that time too, I was learning to do. I already kind of knew how to do hair, but I was learning more because I have to keep our hair together. She didn't know how to do our hair. I remember one time she was frustrated with my little sister's hair, and she was starting to cut it off because she didn't know. My sister had very thick hair, so she started cutting it. So I was trying to take care of her hair and my hair as much as possible. Now, mind you, we already raggedy. We look terrible. We don't have no good clothes on. We look bad, and we still got to go to school at the same time. So she would make us, how any parent do. If you sit down and eat your dinner, you got to finish your food and stuff. But mind you, this is like foreign food. We do not know what the heck that is. And I'll be like, I don't like that. And she like, you need to sit there and eat that food, and you cannot get up until you're done. And I used to be like, me in my mind, I'm like, well, I'm gonna stay here all night because I know I'm not eating it. Like, I just knew I was gonna do it. So I remember it was like late as hell at night, and she like remembered that I was sitting there. So finally she told me, get in the room. You can't get nothing to drink though because you eat your food. So I'm like, whatever. So then I remember too, like I said, we couldn't really go to the front yard. We can go in the backyard, but we couldn't really play outside in the front. So finally she was being nice and she let us play outside in the front. So we super happy. It's all these kids outside. We get to go play with them. We like, finally. So we go play, and it was literally like maybe 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And she like, oh, y'all need to get in the house. Oh, you need to go in the house. And I'm like, we haven't even been outside long. Like, we having fun with the other girls. Like, everybody want to have fun. I said, get in the house. And I was like, I don't want to go. And smacked me straight across because I was like, I really want to play outside. That's all I want to do.
With other kids. To be a kid.
Yeah. So she smacked me in the face, made me run in. I ran into the house. She come into the bathroom like, next time you need to listen to what I say. And I'm like, I just wanted to play outside. We don't get to do nothing but stay in the room all day. So then it was another time where I felt really bad because my sister was riding skates, her daughter's skates. And the Patty, the lady foster mom, asked like, "Is your sister wearing her skates, her daughter's skates?" And I said, "Yeah," thinking, I'm like, guess I'm telling now because I didn't know what was coming for her. But she went outside. I remember she went out. She grabbed my sister up. she made her take the skates off, and she started hitting my sister in the head with the skates for using her daughter's skates. And I cried so much because I was like, I felt so bad because even to this day, if I think about that, I get so sad because I'm like, I wish I would have never said.
Because you feel like you caused her to get hit.
Yeah, because I'm like, damn, if I would never said nothing, she would have never hit her. So, and I was girl balling. So like I said, I'm 28. I still get so emotional when I think of that day because I watched her hitting her in the head with the skates. So I remember then one of the times I got fed up because she was mad about something in the house. I don't know what she was mad about, but she knew the social workers was coming that day. So she's mad and vacuuming our floor, and she was hitting my foot, my actual bare feet with the vacuum over and over again, mad about something. Before I go to that, this is right prior to that. Me and my little sister's in a room like we normally are, like making little stuff up to talk about whatever. She came in the room to us, and it was a dark mark on the ground, on the carpet. And she said, "What are y'all doing in here? Wiping your faces on the carpet?" And at first, we didn't know what that meant, but then I started thinking like, it's because I'm dark, like. Girl. So she's being racist, like because like. Right. I'm dark skinned. She like, y'all rubbing your faces on the carpet like that, and then walked out. And I just was like, and we used to write letters. Like me and my little sister just write different letters. And I remember we'll place them under like the mattress. She'll come in when we were asleep and pull up the mattress and try to get the letters to read what we're talking about. Like all that just to see what we was doing. But we wasn't doing nothing. But anyways, back to her hitting my feet with the vacuum. I knew that night I was like, I'm about to tell. Watch. Like I'm about to tell her. Because I'm like, I can't do this no more. So the social worker came and was talking. I was being cool as possible, sitting there on the couch. And then finally, I'm telling you, something just went over me and I started yelling. I was like, she be hitting us. She be hitting us. She slapped me in my face. She hit my sister in the head with skates. She don't let us go outside. I just started blabbering on at the mouth. And you could tell Patty, the foster lady, was looking like, oh my God. And the social worker was like, Patty, are you really doing that to them? You're not allowed to hit them. She was like, no, I don't hit them. I don't hit them. I said,
she probably stopped being able to speak English.
Yeah, I'm like, you are a liar. She's always telling us, if you lie, you go to hell. So I used to tell her, I told her, that's the last thing I said to her. I said, you always say, if you lie, you go to hell. So that's where you're going to be. And I was young too. I probably was like maybe 10 now. And I told her that. And we left that night. They took us that night. We packed the little things that we had. We left that night. The social worker knocked on the other door that we going into. And here we see another Hispanic couple. We like, oh.
They can't speak no English.
This one is worse. The English is worse than the first one. We like, so I had to learn. I actually used to speak a lot of Spanish at this time. I used to call my sister Tiffany and teach her Spanish because I had to like learn what she was saying by looking at what she was like, telling us something. Like example, she'd be like, cierra la puerta. But I don't know what the fuck that meant until she would do it, which meant shut the door. Okay. So I'll be like, oh, okay, cierra la puerta means shut the door. Or abre la puerta means open the door. Or she'll be like, adios mío. That's how I first heard adios mío ever in my life. She would say it, and then in church, they'll say Dios and all that. And we would sing every Spanish song. They wanted me to be in the choir one time because I knew every song. But, at that time, we knew God, like, in a way, but we weren't as religious because we didn't understand nothing that they were saying. Right. So we didn't know what the heck was going on. So my little sister was becoming a little bit bad because, like I said, she don't know nothing that's going on like that besides what I tell her. So she'll get in trouble in school. And the foster mom will make her read the Bible all the time. So she like the whole first Genesis chapter because she had to always read that. Read it. So it wasn't really bad in her house. She really did what she did. Like we were her foster kids and she just took care of us. Like, I'll make you your breakfast, lunch, dinner, or, you go to school and you go in your room and watch TV. Like, we don't bother her. She don't come communicate with us. We don't, and still at this time, I still was communicating with my mom, like the first one I ever knew. She would still call us. We'd still talk to her. The foster moms do be on the other end to listen on what you're saying. They got to monitor your conversations. But I would still talk to her still all the time. I'll talk to my sisters. They like, hanging there. How's everything going? Anybody doing anything, to you guys? And I'm like, no, like, we're okay. And I remember August 28th is my birthday. So August 28th, my social worker called us and she said, oh, you guys get to move with Tiffany. You know, her foster mom has opened a space for you guys. So we were going crazy because we know our sister Tiffany. So we were
Right.
happy, like, oh my God, we get to go to her. Like we was going crazy in the house, like, oh my God, this is my birthday gift. Because it was just my birthday. So the next day I just literally turned 12. We went to my sister Tiffany's house. So now we get to live with her. So at this point, I didn't give a damn what these foster parents did. I knew I had my big sister, and I knew,
Right.
we was gonna be together, and it was all gonna be okay. So around that time when I started, I don't was it did I start high school yet? One of them, I either was about to leave junior high or started high school. That foster mom now, Yolanda, she told me like, Sheena, you have to my name when I grew up was Sheena Marie McHenry. McHenry is my father's last name.
Okay.
She was like, you can no longer do Sheena Marie McHenry. You must go by Shayna Marie Johnson. So Sheena are not spelled the same. So it's Shaina. And I said, no, I've always wrote on my paper Sheena McHenry. I've never, that's my mom's last name is Johnson, but I was like, no. And it was like, well, on the birth certificate, that's what she put. And it was like, so in order for us to change it, we got to see her and she can go to court with us and change it. But mind you, I don't know who this lady is. I don't know
Right.
how to do it. So I was like, F it. I can't go to court and get it changed right now. I'm not of age. So I just said, everybody that knows me know my name is Sheena. So
Right.
I'm going to keep making sure it's Sheena. And that's just what it is. So on important papers, I wrote Shayna Johnson. But anywhere else, it was spelled Sheena, Shena. So finally, I stayed in sports that was my thing to stay out of trouble because my mom, she was strict. Now I love her. This foster mom I still love to death, okay? But she was very strict, okay? And my mind thing was if the only way I would get in trouble is I'm not really home. So I joined sports. I did basketball and track, and I did that majority of my whole time from when I was 12 to I believe 17 or so. And then I remember she used to see me do hair all day long. I used to do everybody hair, learning how to do individuals when I was about 12. I would do like certain people for money. She'll charge, like she'll tell them, you need to pay her this much and she'll do your individuals. So it could be like $30, $40, and I'll be doing it. And she had told me like, do you want to do sports or do you want to do like hair? And I was like, hair, that's kind of what I wanted to do. And my mom that I thought was my mother, she used to do hair all the time. Like that's how I found out like about hair and nails. She used to do it all the
Right.
time. And I used to be fascinated about the smell with the nails and then how she used to like cut her hair. And then I look up the next day and it was long as hell. And I used to be fascinated. So I used to braid up all the dogs' heads. I used to do my hair in ponytails all the time. So everyone that knew me since I was a little kid always said, you always did hair. So I'm like, it came natural. So I told her I would like to do hair. So senior year, I did not do sports. I went to beauty school. So now I'm coming from high school and then at 5:30, I would go to beauty school. So I was doing that. I was in high school and beauty school at the same time. I was the youngest one in beauty school. Everyone was older than me. So they used to be like, oh my God, you're so like, that's so smart of you to be in beauty school. And I was like, I didn't think nothing of it. I just was like, wow,
Like dual enrollment. You did dual enrollment?
no, I did it. Yeah, I went through that. They enrolled me in. It wasn't a part of the high school though. It was separate.
Yeah.
So I went to Marinello Beauty School, and which was separate because now I'm turning 18. So I started beauty school, graduated high school. A few months later, graduated beauty school, passed my exam the first time, and right after I started like I went to like ABC college for like a business class to learn a little bit about business.
Mm-hmm.
And in the business class, he told us to like make our little business and name it and have your business plan. So I made a 2-story building. And I was like, because this is going to be crazy. Like, I'm going to have the nails upstairs. I'm going to have the hair downstairs. I drew it all. I drew the people in the, like the girls like doing the hair.
Wrote it out.
And on top was She's Beauty. I named it that day. And that was, girl, almost 10 years ago. I said, oh, if I ever have a shop, it'll be called She's Beauty, right? So in the midst, let me go back real quick. So I had to get that out. Let me go back just a little bit. While I was in this home in, high school, my sister Tiffany came in the room, right? And she was like, I'm never going to forget because it feels like it was yesterday. She was like, Sheena, guess what? And I was in 10th grade. And I was like, what? I just came from school. I'm sitting in the living room like, what? And she was like, Fanny died. Right now, Fanny is my mama.
Right.
Yeah, that's when I believe is my mom. And I did see her. I visited her one time while I was in the last home, and she was perfectly fine. But this whole time, she had cancer and she was dying, but they never told us. So they never told us.
So do you think that that's why y'all probably got moved? Why did y'all get moved away
They
from her?
said we got moved because she was not giving the Ritalin pills to some of my sisters. She was supposed to give them pills for being on D-rate. And if you're familiar with the foster system, you know what D-rate and stuff means, and you get more money when you're on D-rate as well. And
so if you're on medicine, you get paid more money if the child is on medicine.
Yes. So it's like they have to deal more. But the crazy part about that is that it'll be something simple like, oh, she's too hyper, or she's not hyper enough, or there's just anything to where they don't understand you. You're automatically D-rate. That's how I feel. I was never on any rate, but that's what it looked like. Because my sister, she was a little hyper, but she was a little kid. Like,
right, she was a child.
She's supposed to be hyper, and then we hopping from home to homes of people we don't even know. So she's a little bad.
Right.
Like,
right.
She only knows
traumatic.
Right. She only knows one mom, and she don't know what the hell's going on. So yeah, when they told us she died, that was like my life shattered, and to this day I still be like, I wish he could see me, like, dang, I wish he could see that, like, I'm doing something, and it's with hair like she did. And I know she'll be so proud because we called her mom. Like, we didn't know she wasn't our mama, none of that. Like, we called her mama. Sweet girl kissed us, we slept with her at night. She never made us feel like we was foster kids.
So look, let me take you back. So okay, so before you get to your success story, what about, did you ever meet your mom? How did that initial meeting come with you meeting your biological mother?
I did. I met her when I was 18 years old. So I met her. I don't know who found her, but I know we did hear after they found her. We did hear that they would see her. Her name is Deborah Johnson, and they would see her and be like, "Aren't you Deborah? Like, didn't you have 10 kids? Because she had 10 kids by the same man, but like she had 10 children," and she would say no, like, because when we asked her about it, she said she didn't want to say yeah because she didn't want us in her mind anymore because she knew that she'll never see us again. So she's like, she'll say no. So finally, it was a few of my sisters, and it might have been a few of my brothers too that was able to come all together at the same time. But I remember we went to LA, and I was so nervous, like, oh my God, because this whole time as a kid, when I found out, I have a real mom, I kept wondering, like, what she looked like. Like, if I walked past her, like, would I know that I walked past her? Like, I used to always think, like, would I walk past her one day? And what if I do and I don't know, like, she don't know me? Like, I used to think about that all the time. So when she walks out the apartment, I'm looking like, and it's crazy because everyone was like, damn, like, Sheena is the only one that looks exactly like her, like, more than everyone else. It was me that looked like her. And I was like, oh my God, like, I do. Like, I have more of the pointy nose, like she do. I got all that, like, my figure is a lot like her. And they was like, dang, that one looked just like you. And I was like, this whole time, I wanted to know what she looked like. And it was pretty much like me. And that was a good thing. But it was awkward. Like, even to this day, she's my mother, but it's like she's my friend too, like my cousin or something. Like, it ain't like that mother love that, you get. Like, I never, again, was really kind of told I was like, I love you, or like, give me a hug, like, you're my daughter. Like, when
so do you see her? Do you still see her?
Every once in a while. She has that mindset, like, I think they want you to call them. And I feel like, your kids, and she's blessed to have all 10 of us alive. Not one is dead.
Right.
Not one is like, everyone is pretty much put together. And you would think they had the odds against us. Like, we would just be nothing but people with all these baby daddies and kids everywhere. And it's literally only about 4 now that has children out of 10. I have one daughter. My sister has 3 boys, and my brother has 2, and it's one more that's having a baby on the way. So you would just think we'll be just a failed system. And everybody pretty much got their head on put right. So we okay with that. But I mean, one thing about it is crazy because a lot of people that know me, they don't even know that I was in foster care like that, or they don't even know my story. They don't even know why I am the way I am, or how I'm so strong, or people don't know. They just think I'm just harsh. Like, people don't understand I had to suck stuff up so I can take care of me and my little sister. You know, I had to learn things, but I don't take shit though from no one no more. Like, I
Right.
talk back a lot because I can't let you do stuff to me no more without me saying something. I have to say something to you. And you know, it started off because, you know, when that lady was trying to hit us and stuff, I'm like, I'll never sit around and just let somebody say something out of character that much, you know, not too much, you know. And I'm gonna
So
say
how
something.
how do you think that you being in foster care and going through what you went through, how has that affected your relationship with your friends or maybe relationships?
I think it's yearning for love a lot, like, because you want to always give people love that you wish you had that you never pretty much had, you know. And some people do forget, like, well, people in foster care, they a lot of them tend to feel like they're not loved, you know. So a lot of times we always felt, especially me, that no one loved me besides my sisters, but no, like, no one else besides the one that had died in a way at that time. That's all I felt, was like no one will ever love me again, you know, because that was the only thing I knew at the time. So now I caught myself, like, you know, you want love so bad because you be like, I never had love ever. Like, when am I gonna get love? Or when somebody gonna love me so much?
When it's time.
But I did get a strong love when I became a mama. Okay, so I believe God had me be a mom so that I can do what my mom did not do, was to
Mhm.
show someone how to love. Like, my daughter now, she's 5. She would never in her life have to wonder who her mama was. Like, her mama
Or
was
if you
there.
love
A
her.
hard worker that I love her to death. I make sure I tell her I love her every single day, you know, so she would never feel unloved. Because, like I said, that's a big thing. My little sisters now, to this day, you know, like, they still never called anyone else mom. People don't think that's serious, but to
That's
be able
very
to say
serious.
that, like,
Because that
mom,
was your mother, regardless
like,
whether you
yeah,
had you or not. That was your mother. That's who you knew. That's the stuff that we remember when we were young. We remember sleeping in the bed with our mama. We remember all of that kind of stuff. We remember if she used to go on her drawer and get a snack, she passed us a snack too. All that kind of type of shit.
yeah,
That's what I remember. That
because
that,
we were we didn't realize we were different until we were, like, treated different.
right,
That's
right.
when we, like, oh, like,
So
because
this
my
how I feel
mom,
to be a foster child.
yeah, like, this is what different feel like
Right.
you can't be around they, you can't do what they kids do. No. Like I said, we couldn't watch TV like regular kids. We never went to no restaurant. We never went to no mall. We never did anything in that
So let
sort.
me ask
For
you that, because that's not funny, but I want to know how you felt in that moment. So the first time you walked in a mall,
uh
so the first time
Well,
you went in a mall, how
first of
it
all, when I had got to be able to get clothes and shoes, it was my last foster home. She don't like you looking raggedy. She don't care. It's just not her. That's not her. She a Virgo like me, but she don't like the raggedy look. So
right.
immediately when we came, she like, y'all look terrible. She went and got us clothes and clothes, and, you know, we were like, oh my god, like, finally, like, we look nice. Like, oh my god, like, I was 12 and I was like, you know, I look decent now. I don't look like, you know, raggedy. My sisters always said, like, oh my god, y'all look raggedy. So we look so much better, and we got to see malls. It almost seemed like we was living like in a rich people home, you know, because we
Right.
got everything we want. And I was ecstatic. I was like, oh my god, like, and then, like I said too, I was with my big sister. So, you know, it's like we felt just so much better. No matter what, we felt better. But we did get to go to, like, malls. We got to go eat, and we felt like finally, like, even though this is not our mom, like, we still, you know, get to do stuff like
Some
regular
some
normal
some
kids.
feeling of normalcy.
Yes, like something. We wasn't like, you know, we was, when we were young, we was like embarrassed to say we was in foster care. We didn't want nobody to know that. You know, we didn't want no one to know. We didn't want to be treated different because we was being treated different all the time. You
Right.
know, like, that's just what it was. We didn't, like I said, we wasn't allowed to be doing what they kids did. You know, and like for Christmas, I didn't even say, like, that's how, you know, I don't even remember Christmas with these people, because only one Christmas I remember, me and my sister was in the room. We went to their family's house, the Hispanics. We went to their family's house. We had to sit in a room upstairs while everybody was downstairs with their family. And then when everything was finally over, they came up upstairs and was like, oh, here you guys' gifts. And it was a skateboard. That's what they gave us. They gave me a skateboard
Wow.
and my little sister a skateboard.
And,
And
and, and y'all probably didn't even skate.
No, it was a skateboard. Like we're not boys, but we literally. It's so crazy how I just like thank you so much. Like just showing you, I'm not getting shit, but I'm thankful. I still have
Right.
like a thankful heart. Like oh, thanks a lot, you know. But
Right.
in my mind, it's like they had gifts galore, and
Right.
we literally had a skateboard, even though they getting paid to watch us. We don't even got no good clothes. We got a skateboard, you know, for Christmas. And it's like, what little kid, you know, want, you know, it's like like I said, growing up young like that, we was really different. And it was like really sad because we just used to be so embarrassed all the time. And we didn't want to tell, you know, people anything because we were scared. You know, I honestly, I'm not in my little sister's mind, but I feel even worse for her because I don't know what she think in her mind about this because she never really speaks of it because she just was stripped from a little kid. You know, she was in foster care when she was like 6 months, stripped from her birth mom. Well, the person she knows that asked her mom, they say, "Oh, that's not your mama." Then she like, "Okay, who my mama?" And then now she just
So let me ask
telling on
you
her.
this: how did all of y'all get in? Did your mama just gave y'all away?
We had got taken because my mom was on drugs,
Okay.
and we were told though that it was, you know, so many of us in the house, it's 10 of us in the house, and we used to be left alone a lot, way too much, and some people was catching on to that, and they was looking, and my sister used to orchestrate the bigger siblings because we didn't have food like that either a lot, so they used to orchestrate it to where all the big siblings go like you go ask for bread, you go ask for milk, you go ask for this, like stuff like
Wow.
that. Then they'll come home and put it all together in a bowl and feed us. And they did say that one time our dad finally came home because he used to be going a lot too. So and she used to be
Was
leaving trying to
he
find
on
him.
drugs too?
I'm not sure if he was on it for a second, but then was off. But I know my mom was the one that took it to, you know, to she took it too far, and
Right.
she would go looking for him. So now it's no parent in the home, and
Right.
it's got all these kids everywhere, and they remember that one time they was looking for our dad. You know, every time they'll go to the window and try to see a Cadillac, they always was trying to find him. And finally, he came with like a bucket of chicken, and they said all the kids was hungry, so everybody like, you know, like little wolves, like like, you know, they see that food. She went and slapped the chicken out of his hand, and all the chicken was all on the ground. And they said all the kids was just like running to pick up the chicken and try to get the chicken. And I'm like, you know, but I look at her to this day, and I try not to judge her because I don't know. Well, you know, it's like when your mind is going off these drugs, you
Mm-hmm.
really don't know what to do. So I forgave her at first. Now, I wasn't forgiving at first. I was mad as hell. I said, why in the hell would you have 10 children if you knew you could take care of the first, a couple of them? Like, why would you do that to us? But then I start thinking, like, God probably put us in foster care because we could have been dead or prostitutes or anything else if we was with her. You never know, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it probably was for a good cause, but going through all of that, I said, I don't ever want nobody to look at me like just a foster kid ain't gonna be nothing. Like I'm gonna be very successful, as you can see. It's gonna
Period.
happen. You know,
Period.
I'm gonna be very successful. I got businesses going on. I do what I have to do. I'm a strong worker because I want to become something. I want to be able to show foster kids that even if you feel like ain't nobody love you, you have to love you yourself. You gotta just hang in there. If you gotta tell, sing like the choir. Don't let these people do crazy shit to you. You know, because it's not your fault that you're in foster care. Like that's the big thing as well. A lot of foster moms made it feel like it was your fault that you was there.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not my fault that my mama couldn't take care of me, and now
And,
I got to
and,
do
and
what you
it's
do.
not my fault that you chose to get a check and have me at your house. You signed up for this.
You signed up for it, and it's not our fault that you're making us feel like we ain't nothing in the world and giving us the short end of the stick
Right.
because we're foster kids and make us feel like we're nothing. And that is a big that is what tears a lot of people down, especially young ages, because they feel like they ain't nothing anyway. So why go be something?
Right.
Nobody loves them.
And
They
let me
gave them away.
let me so what would you personally like to say to somebody who's maybe thinking about becoming a foster parent or
Okay.
maybe thinking about letting their children go into foster care? So if it was a
Oh yeah.
mother, somebody who wanted to do it or who's thinking about becoming a foster parent, what would you tell them, about these kids that they're gonna get?
Well, if you want to become a foster parent, I feel like make sure you want to extend your love. You're not doing it for money. You leave the money behind. You're going to get it. But if you're going to be a foster mom, you have to understand you getting a child that do not know you, that probably barely know themselves. You don't know if they where they came from, if they came from molestation, if they came from murdering, if they came. You don't know where these foster kids. I mean,
Right.
where these foster kids came from. So you need to literally your mindset got to be you want to show them love that they don't have.
Right.
You can't think of them as insects.
Or
Like,
a burden.
yeah. So if you want to be a foster mom, be prepared and because you want to send your love out. Like you want a kid to know they are loved, even if they
Right.
didn't come from you. That's what you need first. And if you want to give your kids up, yeah, I feel like any mom that know that she can't take care of kids, just go ahead and give them to somebody that will, because you could put your own kid in much more danger than someone else will as well, because you don't know how to be a mom. If you don't know how to do it, then you should reach out and try to get your rights taken, or something to where either you can visit or something, because some people's mind you can't tell them to be a mom. Some people they don't know how to do it. They
Right.
don't know
Some
what
people
it is.
some people never taught how to be a mom because their mom was no mom.
Right. Like my mom, she had a million of us. So it's like you have a bunch of chances to try, to keep trying after whatever kid. Like, you know what? With these 3 kids, I didn't do it, but let me do it with these other. She still in her mind was running after drugs and stuff. So that was taking over her mind. That's what she worried about. She didn't worry about us. Well, that from the outside, I can't, I don't know what she'll say, but well, that's what it looks like. You was worried about the drugs. You was not worried about all these kids, and you was worried about a man.
Right.
That's
So
what
where is your dad? So where's your dad at in all of this?
my dad is in
About
Vegas. I did meet my father when I was 16 years old. My foster dad, he actually told me that I can go meet him. He was just like, I think you should meet him. Because I know my foster mom was like, they not allowed to see them. Like their rights are taken away. But he did tell us like, you know what? I would want to see my dad too if I was in this predicament. So you guys go meet him. And we did meet him. He was at my birth grandmother. She used to live literally a few blocks away from my foster home, because I used to go to Manzanita junior high, elementary, and I had a cousin there that used to go, and I remember his big sister was like, "Are you Sheena?" And I was like, "Yeah." Why? She was like, "Oh my God," and she was like, "I gotta go tell everybody. I gotta tell everybody." And I'm like, "What the?" And to find out, my dad, my birth dad, his birth mom lived just up the street, so we all went to go visit her. And that's why my dad came out, because they told him like, Kurt, your kids is out here. Your kids is here. So he came out to see us. And when I came in the house, I'm all like trying to figure out what man is my father. I'm like, which one is he? Which one is he? So I thought my uncle was my dad. So I'm like, oh hi. And he was like, oh, I'm your uncle, Ronnie. Rest in peace. He passed away a couple years ago. And he was like, that's your dad, Kurt. And I was like, oh hi. So I gave him a hug. He was like, he just came, welcome. Like, I've been New York forever. Like, oh, I love y'all. Like, just giving us hugs and stuff. And you want to have a dad. You want to be a daddy's girl. You want that feeling again.
Right.
So you try not to fight it. You like, okay, like, this is my dad. So we was trying to be around him that whole night until we had to leave. And in that circle when we was all talking, his mom did let us know, like, I asked God before he take me away from this earth, because he tried to a couple times. I told him, at least let me see my grandkids one more time, since we got taken. I want to see them at least one time before I die. And literally not long after she met us all, she did pass away. Like, not long after at all. She got to see us. And yeah, she passed away after. But I did get to meet my birth family. Yeah, she was sad that she was so upset. She was really real. She told us she was so upset that we were taken, and nobody, like, no one else did anything, because we have extremely too many cousins, so we all couldn't go to her house. It was just too many. We have way too many siblings as it is.
For everybody to take y'all all in.
And then they have a lot of people they take care of. My aunties, they had other kids. It was too much. So now to this day, we are around our whole like birth family as well. And I'm still around my foster family as well. So it's like I love them both. And still my other family from my first mom, the one I thought was my real mom, I still connect with them. So I still talk to them to this day. And like I said, my mom that I thought was my mother, her birthday is one day before mine. It's August 27th. So I ended up getting this Virgo tattoo. That was really originally for her. She's a Virgo too. So that was why I really got it, because our birthdays is one day apart. Because I was like, oh, we was meant to be, together, because our birthdays is one day apart. But yeah, so I did. Like I said, I see my birth father now. I see my real mom every once in a while, and I try to be very respectful as much as I can. But I do gotta, because sometimes I'll be forgetting, like, they my birth
Right.
parents. Sometimes I talk like they my cousins or something.
Right.
Like you just a relative of the family.
So, what are you doing now? Because I
Well,
know.
now I'm a professional licensed hairstylist. I believe I'm 10 years in, or at least almost 10 years in. I do have my own shop called She's Beauty with two
She's
Y's.
Beauty. What
You
I
can,
tell y'all all the time, if you want to do something, take it and write it down.
yes,
Write it down. That ain't crazy. Write it down and make it plain. Because when you see it and you go to it, it'll make you strive for it. You think every day, okay, I need to do this to make this little drink
yes.
right here come through. Write it down.
It will come true. But you gotta be consistent. Do what you
You got to
gotta
be
do.
active and consistent.
Yes, I wanted to do this since I was, a child. Like I said, I just turned 28 this year. Well, last year I'll be 29 this year, and I have my own shop. Well, She's Beauty, and I do sell hair with my business partner Shimika. So we have a hair company called Fine Hair Extensions. You can order
Yes,
those
because
on
I'm gonna have you guys on the show.
Yes, and then I have a YouTube now. I'm monetized on there now, so y'all can go follow me on YouTube at She's Beauty with one Y. And I'm trying to just do everything I said I'm gonna do, and make my daughter proud.
And you're doing it. And you're doing it. And even though it was a hard path that you had to take, and there was a bad deck of cards that you were dealt, look who it made you become. You would not be the Sheena that you are today. You would not be the mother that you are today if you didn't have to go through what you went through. Some people have kids and they take their kids for granted. You don't love on them as much and spend as much time with them because, okay, I got kids and I ain't never have to go through nothing. I never know what it felt like not to have a mom or yada, yada, yada. But you are different and you went through what you went through so that you can show your daughter what it is to have a great mom and to have a beautiful relationship, which in turn is going to give you, great relationships with your grandkids, and she's going to know how to have a great relationship with her children and how to communicate because you taught her that. So I just want to tell you that I am so thankful that you decided to come on the show. And I'm so happy that you told your story because these stories are meant to be told and they need to be told. And I like for people to tell them because we heal through that. You know what I'm saying? By you telling your story, even though you're telling it to hear yourself, it's somebody else that's watching like, girl, I wasn't strong enough and I'm not strong enough, but you're strong enough and you healing me through that. So I just want to tell you thank you for that.
Yes, I wish I could give like a lot of people that are in foster care. I wish I can like counsel them or like younger people because they'd be so in distraught. But I wish I could like people that are in foster care like do not be ashamed to talk. It's okay. Like I know you do feel ashamed, but don't feel ashamed because I was ashamed for a long time who I was for a very, very long time. I was ashamed. And it's like now I don't want to be ashamed. I was a foster kid. It is what it is, and that's what it is. But I do wish I could, like, if girls want to, talk to me about that, they definitely can. I wish I could tell. I mean, it's 10 of us, like I said. So mind you, you got one part of 9 others.
And if your siblings ever want to come on here and talk and tell their story, they definitely can. All you gotta do is just hit me up, and then Sheena, you can get my number from. Yep. You get my number. So and y'all definitely got a place. You got a platform that you can come on anytime you're promoting something, girl, or come on in.
Right.
Come on out here for whatever it is that you're gonna be promoting. And I just want to tell you again that I love you and thank you and welcome to the sisterhood, girl. You got a whole lot of love in these comments. So when you go back and you read them, you're gonna be like, okay. So I just want to say thank you. I love you.
I have my tissue ready because I was getting it, but I was like, okay, at least I let it out. I said I'm okay, but girl, I put some mascara on.
You did good. You held it in. You held it in. You did good, girl. You did good. But I want to say thank you. I love you, y'all. If there's anybody out there that needs to hit Sheena up in her inbox, if like a little cousin or somebody that's in foster care or that somebody just needs to talk to, she know about it. She been there, done that. She can give you some encouraging words. Tell you what to look for. She can give you signs that maybe your child is being abused or not being treated right in foster care. So hit her up. That's what this is for. This is for us to connect and to be able to help each other and love on each other and be compassionate towards each other and show each other empathy by telling our stories. So again, I want to thank everybody for watching today, and I will see you guys on Saturday night show with Ty. Who with all the motherfucking shit. So like I always say, I love y'all that love me, and I fuck with everybody that fuck with me. And until next time, I will see you later. Bye.